Hey everybody, Coach Troy here. Now, in my quest to get into retro gaming, of course, I'm looking a lot for games that I played as a child that I foolishly sold off many, many years ago. And I lucked out big time. Got a lot of 6 games for $40, and several of which, were childhood games of mine that I really enjoyed. Plus, they threw in an NES. Well, sort of. So let's check it out and see if this is worth it. Now, first off, looking at this NES, this is a lovely smoker's tooth yellow here. Oh, this is gorgeous. And the screws are not in it even. Yeah, they just threw this one in, said, it worked last I remembered, but it had been several years. This thing was just coated with dust. Already blew it out. I'm probably just going to hopefully clean up the pins here, and that will get it going. But I don't want to test out any games on it until I clean that out thoroughly. So I'm gonna get to this later. It's actually kind of sticky, which is kind of worrisome there. But I don't know. I'll clean this one out in a bit, see if I get it going. Also, these controllers here. It came with 2 controllers. The buttons don't even push down on this one. And so I'm going to have to test these out and see if they work at all. They also are this lovely shade of goldenrod, might be the color. I don't know. It's it's a little funky. Oh yeah, it's orange cat fur colored. That's probably the closest thing to it that I can think of. But enough of that. Let's get into the games, right? That is the fun part. And first one, the one that caught my eye, even though I'm sure most collections had this game, it was free with a Nintendo Power subscription, but it was a game I loved as a child, and that is Dragon Warrior. Right there. I love the artwork on this one. I think it looks pretty sweet. The dragon is a little different looking, but I always liked the way it looked. Now, for a lot of people, this was their first RPG. Not so for me, because the Commodore. I played a lot on the Commodore, and so I was playing, I think, Might and Magic was my first RPG that I played. Right, Fiona? But that was this one I had a lot of fun with. I remember the sense of accomplishment when you would find items and bring them to where they were supposed to and trade them in for other items. And the dungeons were not too crazy. I never beat it, though, so I kind of want it now so that I can go back and finally beat the Dragon Lord, which I never quite was able to accomplish. I don't think I was able to put the time into all the level grinding. Now that I'm an adult and have even less free time, I'm sure won't be a problem. But but I don't think if I get back into it, I'm not going to look at any manuals or anything. I'm just going to try to beat it straight out. And I don't know, I'm looking forward to playing this one and finally finishing something that childhood Troy was not quite able to do. So that's number 1. The second game, Destination Earthstar. All right, a game I'd never heard of, so I was kind of interested in. Then I did a little research, and turns out, yeah, this game right here is not the best. The Acclaim logo on there, I don't. This was made by Gary Kitchen of Coleco's Donkey Kong for Atari fame. And so that kind of intrigued me as well, but then hearing about it kind of plays like a Star Raiders or Star Master or Solaris in one stage of it, and then it switches to a side-scrolling shooter on another. So, and I hear it's extremely difficult, absolutely relentless, and somehow slow playing at the same time. So I guess I'll check it out, but yeah, I'm not super interested, but hey, I got it. And of course, Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. Every single time you get a collection of games, a Mario Brothers Duck Hunt is thrown in there. Then we also got Super Mario Brothers 3. This is a game that even my parents, who bought us, they didn't get us Nintendo till very, very late. We were like the last people I know to have a Nintendo. even they knew just how big of a deal Mario 3 was, and they got it for us right away when it was still new. So yeah, this is kind of like this was such a big deal. This game, obviously well known to be possibly the best platforming game of the 8-bit generation. So great game. I'm looking forward to getting into it and messing around, see if I can. Actually, I think I'm going to play this through the long way, no warp whistles, and see if I can get through it that way. And of course, Tetris. I think I got about 3 other copies of this already. Not unlike that Mario Brothers Duck Hunt combo, this seems to be in every single collection of games as well. And lastly, the one I was really excited for, Mega Man 2. This was a game I would rent all the time until I finally got my own copy of it. A game I would play at my friend's house constantly. I just love the idea of beating bosses and stealing their powers and using them to go and attack other bosses, how you could use strategy that way to get through the game. And this is a game I actually beat. I don't know if I can do it now, but I remember I had a lot of fun with this one and Mega Man 3. Love those 2 games. I know whenever I try to go back to this one, I'll always try to slide at some point, knowing that I can't do it. But that slide is just, yeah. Still, even without that, and the soundtrack on this game is amazing. I don't need to talk about that anymore. Everybody knows how great the soundtrack of Mega Man 2 is. Possibly the best of any NES game. So there we go, $40. I got 6 games, a couple pretty nice ones, but mostly just games I'm excited to play and get into again. Plus I got the bonus of this little Project NES here. We'll see how this goes. And yeah, maybe I'll get these working. Maybe not, we'll see. But anyway, what do you think? Was this a good deal? Should I be as excited as I am for this particular lot? I know it's probably not the most rare or anything special, but it's a little special to me, so that's why I'm excited. So tell me what you think. Anyway, this is Coach Troy. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for joining me as I start my journey into the world of retro gaming. If you're interested in my other hobbies of fitness or board games, check out my other channel. Anyway, this is Coach Troy. I'll see y'all next time.